I'm so angry right now that no media outlets are reporting the appearance of Bill Barr in the Epstein file. Remember, a murder requires motivation, opportunity, and ability. So who possessed all of them when Epstein killed himself? Not Trump, by the way. He had the motivation, but not the capability. He couldn't have called the prison guards personally, right? He wouldn't know where to start. The prison guards themselves may have the capability and opportunity, but they didn't have the motivation. So they would need someone to give them the order. So if Epstein was murdered, there must have been a middleman who had connections with both the posh Epstein circle and the rank and file in the federal prison system. And who could that possibly be? Well, I'm not making any accusations, but this is an angle any responsible media outlet should investigate. Even before the file dump yesterday, we already knew that Bill Barr's father was Epstein's first employer, who hired Epstein to teach teenagers, even though he didn't have a college degree. Then let's see what dropped yesterday. So this is an email whose sender and recipient were both redacted. And even the subject was redacted. What the heck? Obviously, it's not an email between two victims, so why the redaction? No idea. The content sounds like a conversation between two investigators, which listed a bunch of celebrity names that may be involved. And this is the last item. William Barr, redacted name, stated, was at Epstein's for a model event, ran into Barr, who stated he wanted to see her next time he came. At another point, Epstein asked if she had ever met Barr. NTOC, which stands for National Threat Operations Center. So redacted name claimed she was a victim of Epstein and that Barr was present during some of this abuse. You could say, well, this is just one random email. But then there's another file, which is some presentation slides made by two FBI task forces. Near the end, we see Bill Barr again. Look at this second redaction bar. For some reason, that black bar is extra wide, so it not only redacted the victim's name, but also the line above. Pretty suspicious, right? But fortunately, the edge of the letters are enough for me to make out what they said. William Barr / Leon Black. NOTC filed by redacted name stated Barr and Black were present during abuses. Redacted name stated that she was at Epstein's for a model event, ran into Barr, who stated he wanted to see her next time he came. So we have two documents mentioning the same thing. Of course, they don't prove guilt, but they clearly suggest that someone accused Bill Barr for watching the abuse, and the FBI was treating it seriously. That's enough justification for journalists to keep digging, right? Because Barr was the only person who had both motives and capabilities to take out Epstein. Not only the capability to order the hit, but also the capability to stop the investigation after the hit. Okay, he was the only human on Earth who oversaw both the incarceration of Epstein and the investigation of his death. And now you're telling me he may also have a personal motive. Whoa. Finally, even if Bill Barr turns out innocent, Epstein's death was still a huge dereliction of duty, so he totally deserves getting more scrutiny over it. So please remind the reporters you know about this.